video is about my life as an expat here in Grand Cayman. Lately, I have been busy, not just with work, but with wedding planning. Yes, I'm getting married, and that's another milestone in my life that I want to share with you all. As the title suggests, I want to share with you what I learned to make your wedding planning less stressful. Admit it or not, most stress comes from not being able to decide on what you want. During the stage of wedding planning, you will be presented with too many options. But remember, you also have limitations and hurdles. So there are things that you hope to have, but because of certain limitations like time and budget, unfortunately, you cannot have. Take for example, in my case, when my fiancé proposed to me on Ash Wednesday and I said yes, on that day I decided that he is the man I am willing to spend the rest of my life with. Now, what are the limitations? Unfortunately, because of time and budget constraints, I am unable to bring my family here in Cayman to celebrate our wedding. So I came up with a decision to just have an intimate wedding celebration this time. Yes, this time. Because who says you can only have a wedding celebration once? I mean, I plan to have another wedding celebration when I am able to bring my family here. Maybe 2 years or 3 years from now. Every decision that you have to make about your wedding will involve money. So you have to be mindful of the person who's going to finance your wedding. Whether it's your parents, your groom's parents, your groom, or yourself. If you're going to contribute your personal money to your wedding, put it towards the things that are most important to you. Say for example, if it's important for you to have a beautiful dress on your wedding and you have money to contribute, then put it towards that beautiful wedding dress. You see, it's easier to make decision if you're spending your own money. Another example is, if you have money to contribute to your wedding, put it on things your partner or your groom care less about. Say for example, if your partner or groom does not care about wedding decorations, but you do, then put your money towards that wedding decorations. That way, you don't have to bug your groom or your partner on some things he really doesn't care about. In the case of my partner and myself, since we are both of age and we are both earning, naturally we are the ones who are going to finance our wedding. Since my partner was the one who purchased our wedding rings and my engagement ring, those rings are not cheap, they are expensive. So I volunteered and told my partner that I will be the one to finance our wedding since it's just gonna be an intimate one. But when I reach the point when I am almost off budget, I asked for, of course, for assistance from my partner, and I told him if he can shoulder the expenses for videography, since I wasn't expecting that I'll be paying that much for photography. Well, it was not an issue to him, and he gladly said yes. In other words, splitting the cost or splitting the expenses between you and your partner or among your family could really ease so much stress from wedding planning. Working on a budget doesn't necessarily mean going cheap. It simply means allocating your available funds based on your priorities. No matter what the size of your wedding is, be it intimate or grand, you want it to be memorable and you want your guests to have a great experience. Since we decided to only have a civil wedding, we only paid 350 CI, or that's 400 US, for the marriage registration, for the professional fee of our wedding aficionado, and for the wedding ceremony venue. That gave us more room on our budget to spend on other things. For our dresses, we opted for a modern Filipiniana theme. They are expensive because we have to import them from the Philippines. Then a friend of mine who happens to be my maid of honor offered us a huge favor for her daughter to bring the dresses from the Philippines to Grand Cayman. So that again gave us a huge discount which we can use for other items in our wedding. Third, of course, is the food and wedding reception venue. Initially, we only planned for 26 attendees, but because of the savings we got from the wedding ceremony related expenses, as well as for our dresses, then we decided to increase it to 40 attendees. When it comes to our wedding reception, we opted for an indoor venue so we can avoid spending money on renting out tables and chairs, etc. When it comes to food, being food lovers ourselves, we will never settle for anything less. And because we've been living here in Grand Cayman for a long time, we already have our top 3 picks. And these are Papagayo, Blue Cilantro, and Luca. We know whatever we end up choosing among the 3, we will never go wrong when it comes to the quality of the food, ambience, and service. And that will give our guests definitely a great experience. So there you go, you do you, because you're the only ones who know what will make your wedding memorable and what will give your guests a great experience.